Now I'm a real chef. Ah! Whoa! It's so good. Why is it so fishy?
It's amazing.
I am making a 1,000-year-old egg. Oh my gosh.
Today is off to a bad start.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm the world's okayest mom. Jump scare. It's me. Your eyes do not deceive you. I'm back with BuzzFeed for 3 all-new episodes. If you have seen this show before, thank you so much for your patience and welcome back. If you've never seen my face before, I'm just documenting my journey to becoming the okayest mom I can possibly be. I do a lot of fun, unique challenges with the goal of spending quality time with my family, giving my kids a good childhood, encouraging other people to do the same, and just putting a little more fun and positivity out into the world. Now, this first episode is gonna be a doozy, okay? For an entire week, I'm going to try to make Michelin Star foods for my kids. This might be crazy. I'm crazy. At the end of this week, I have to attempt to run my own home Michelin restaurant where I'm going to invite over my neighbors for a tasting menu as a Michelin chef. Somebody help. I need to do this because I saw this quote the other day that said, when we were young, we would get excited about chicken nuggets and fries as a treat. Kids these days love sushi and crab legs as a treat, and boy is that true in my house. I never fathomed that getting them to have adventurous palates would put me in the hole so deeply financially. So the one thing we really can't do is fine dining with my kids. The best I can do is bring it home, and hopefully that satiates their appetites for fancy food for a little while. Now for the rules. I'm allowed to make substitutions, but once the dish stops resembling the original too much, I have to switch and find something else. The other rule is I need to stay within my regular grocery budget. The point is to try to make it more affordably, and I don't think it's gonna go well. Okay, who's ready to see? Hold on, let me try to do like a fun transition. Ready? Okay. Wow, but wait, there's more. Oh, now I'm a real chef. I decided day one to ease myself into this, so I chose the restaurant Gwen. It's a steakhouse. It's run by Curtis Stone. I love him. I decided to make the filet mignon, and then for sides, I saw they had some roasted carrots and duck fat potatoes. This is budget, Gwen, okay? That's what we're operating, a budget restaurant. These Michelin restaurants and the menus say what's in the food, but I'm totally in the dark when it comes to preparation. I'm going to have to make a lot of assumptions about how it's prepared based on what the dish looks like. Now, the really cool thing about Gwen is all of the meat is cooked over this open wood fire grill, which is absolutely beautiful and probably very expensive for them to have built in their restaurant. But I actually think I found a solution. I have a smoker. This is a pellet grill. Gwen is sourcing their steaks from really high-end suppliers, and they have their own butchery, so I had to go to Costco. But they have great steaks too. So I did find some USDA choice filet mignon, which is a real treat for us. With really nice cuts of meat, I like to very generously salt. I'm gonna hit these carrots with a little olive oil. On the menu, the seasoning for these is masala. Carrots ready to go in, steaks. These are huge fillets. There's this whole other component to it of researching different cooking methods for different foods to try to guess how they made it. Then for the duck fat potatoes, I have no idea how they made these. Their potatoes are roasted in duck fat, and I thought I was gonna be SOL on the duck fat. Well. I called my local butcher. I asked if he had duck fat. He said absolutely. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to render this myself. But no, it's already rendered. Amazing. I usually have Jackson peel my potatoes because I don't like doing this. I decided to peel the potatoes and do this method that I've seen a lot of really talented chefs do, where they boil the chunks and then they shake them to get them a little roughed up on the outside, and then you roast them in the duck fat to get them nice and crispy. It's looking beautiful, look at that.
that red is all smoke crust.
I'm making this a little more well done than Matt and I would order it just because I'm serving it to kids. I'm not giving them medium steak. I'm gonna give them medium well steak. For this being a dish that I thought was going to be so easy, like I thought I'm gonna do this with my eyes closed. I make really great steak. It was a lot more challenging. When I tell you there's so much going on at once right now, hold on. Ah! Oh my God. Come on. Not quite crisping up the way I was hoping. Get all these nice and crispy, please. Carrots are out. They smell delectable. All right, let's plate the carrots. I've got this citrus yogurt and I added some masala to it. Finally, everything was finished. I got it plated. I was feeling really confident that my kids would like all of these dishes because they're very familiar. And it made me really happy to see them treat this dinner as a special occasion. Everybody looks so nice. We got the meat, we got the sommelier. Oh, what are we having tonight?
Aged
Wow,
apple
and he
cider.
even wrapped it in a cloth. Wow, fancy. Is it good?
It's amazing. Whoa.
It's so good. Did you try the steak?
Oh, shoot.
Do you like it?
It's like I'm eating bacon or something. It's so good.
Oh, because of the smoke?
Yeah.
How's your food, girl?
Oh! It was so delicious to have that smoke ring and that flavor infused into the steak. What I didn't expect was how unbelievably delicious those potatoes were. It changed potatoes for me forever. 1 to 5, how many Michelin stars?
Isn't it 3?
Well, I need to do my research. Okay, how many out of 3?
3.
3.
3?
Max stars.
How many stars, Leni? 3. Oh, thank you. I was really excited to try something totally new. This dinner was a hit. Come here. There you go, Muffin Man. After starting day 1 off on a familiar note, I decided to venture into some unknown territory for day 2. The adventure starts of sourcing some of these ingredients, and the whole gang wanted to come with me. Let's get her out and then we'll talk. We drove all the way to H Mart. Why? We shall see. When I was looking up iconic Michelin meals, this one came up a lot in my results. And it's from a restaurant in San Francisco called Benu. And they make a century quail egg in a cabbage potage, which is kind of like a thick soup, like a thick cabbage soup, but it had rave reviews. It looked really cool. It just looked like something I would never be able to get at home. So I wanted to try. Another day, another dish. The drama of it all. So they make a 1,000-year-old quail egg. I'm substituting it. I don't have 4 weeks to cure this quail egg. Luckily, I went to the Asian market and I got preserved duck eggs. It's obviously not gonna be the same size, but I think it will have a similar taste. I have no idea what it tastes like. The way that they preserve it, I think some of it is like lime or some chemicals, and that when it's preserved for the length of time, I think it's usually 2 weeks, the egg white turns black. I just know it looks cool, it looks really delicious. And these are supposed to be seasoned with pickled ginger juice. With the century egg, I essentially didn't have to do any work because it was already done for me. But what I needed to make was this cabbage potage. Oh, bunnies! As I was Googling cabbage potage, I found the freaking recipe. That made my job so much easier. It's basically cabbage and onions. We're gonna sweat these. It really taught me a lot about creative ways to flavor dishes, because what this restaurant does is they sweat bacon to flavor it, and then they take the bacon out. In each bowl, there needs to be some chopped ginger. The portions of this dish is more like something from a tasting menu. It's not a full dinner, so I'm going to have to supplement. Budget, remember? I'm making mac and cheese, and then Matt came home with ingredients for me to make a wedge salad. So we're just gonna have an egg fest, first of all, because I used eggs on my wedge salad, and it'll be kind of a mishmash of foods. There was one thing I had to omit from this dish, which was like a homemade foam that they put on top of it. I told myself at the beginning of this week that I wasn't going to buy fancy cooking utensils or appliances just for the sake of making one dish. I really wanted to utilize what I already have because it seems wasteful to me. So no foam for us. Here she is in all her glory. Today for you, we have a century duck egg with some pickled ginger. I was really nervous to serve this to the kids. Henry and Leni are incredibly picky.
Here, I'll do it too. Try it.
Leni is in that quintessential toddler phase of no. I was nervous that there was going to be a meltdown. Oh my gosh, okay, it's okay, you don't have to. And this is why we don't go to Michelin restaurants with our kids.
What does it taste like?
So good. It's like gingery, and then you have this, like the savoriness from the egg.
I don't believe you. You're making a face like it's kind of gross. Would you eat a bowl of that soup? Yeah. And then we have mac and cheese.
Henry tried it, but as soon as he heard that there was onion in it, he wouldn't eat it anymore. Having picky eaters throughout the years, exposure is really important, but also keeping mealtime a peaceful, happy time instead of traumatic really helps them open up more over time. I knew they would like it if they just gave it a chance.
It is so good. Honestly, with all this other stuff, the century egg just tastes like an egg. It all goes together very well.
I would rate it a 10. I
10?
love ginger.
9.5.
What would you rate it? A 4? Leni, what would you rate it? 10. Ooh, it was too good for her to even take a bite.
I think 10. I've never had anything like it.
I'm going to rate this one an 8.
I will totally buy century eggs again. It was such a fun experience for my older kids to get to try, and it's still somewhat affordable. Now, I wanted to get a nice mix because most of these restaurants have tasting menus, and those tasting menus have dessert. So I wanted to pick a couple desserts as part of this week. One of the top picks in some contest was this banana souffle from a restaurant called the Ritz. I bake a lot, so I thought, souffle, no problem. Souffles are very simple. It's basically eggs and sugar and banana. This was definitely the easiest dish for sourcing ingredients. I just went right down the street.
Wow, look at that. Oh my gosh. We want to be careful because I don't want to deflate all of the egg whites. And really the tricky part is getting the heat just right so that it doesn't overcook it, because overcooking a souffle, in my opinion, is what makes it collapse. And that can be due to uneven heat.
I thought I had a really good idea for the chocolate disc. I decided I would melt some high quality chocolate, spread it out in a circle on parchment paper, and freeze it.
All right, wish me luck. Oh goodness. Seems pretty even.
So I get the souffle batter made. I'm thinking, great, this is gonna be easy. And then I get to the bake part. These are barely rising. I think I had the ramekins too cold and too many, so I might need to bake them longer. So I made the terrible mistake of overcooking this souffle, and it completely collapsed. But I was not to be stopped, okay? I threw on some hazelnuts, I threw on my melting chocolate disc, and I served it to my family.
It reminds me of banana bread.
Are you just being nice, or is it actually good?
No, it tastes like banana bread. I love it.
It has the chocolate on it.
Ooh, okay. Henry likes bananas.
Oh, this is good.
Are you guys just being nice? Nope. I'll be the judge of that. It's overcooked. I probably should have not left it in any longer. I also think maybe I won't have the ramekins as cold when I put it in the oven. Tastes good.
Day 4 was a dish I was so excited to try because I've never heard of a Michelin Star being known for their sourdough.
Now, one thing I'm prepping today is a Hokkaido corn sourdough copycat from this restaurant in Japan called Sézanne. I thought it was very interesting because it's a Michelin Star French restaurant in Japan.
It just sounds like the coolest thing ever because not only is it French food, but they are drawing inspiration from their surroundings, Japanese food, Japanese ingredients. And so this sourdough was something I'd never even heard of before.
Fun fact about me, I am an avid sourdough baker. So when I saw this sourdough bread on a Michelin restaurant menu, I knew I had to try to make it. If I fail at that, that's it. Like, I'm just gonna disappear into the abyss and no one's gonna see me again. So Hokkaido corn is a sweet corn. It's a very specialty corn, and they actually make their own polenta from scratch. I obviously don't have 2 weeks to do that, so I'm going to have to make my own version with store-bought polenta. Slowly stir in boiling water to hydrate this. All right, 180 grams. Well, I did 190, my bad. Okay, I need to add my water. Oh gosh, I forgot my measurements. 18 grams of salt. I'm gonna mix the starter salt and water together.
So I rehydrated this dried polenta. I incorporated it into my loaf. I decided to make 2 because if I'm serving this at the dinner party, I'm gonna make 2 at a time. I formed my dough and then that has to go in the fridge and chill for at least 12 hours. I needed to come up with another dish. I decided to do a second dessert. I found this restaurant in Spain. It's called Azabu. It's a 3 Michelin Star restaurant. The craziest menu I've ever seen in my life. I'm clicking through and I'm like, what is this? I don't think I can find a single dish that I can make. These are crazy. These are more than food, but I did find one dish called Honey with 1,000 Flowers.
It is a piece of honeycomb with a homemade honey ice cream and some edible flowers on top. Quite literally, this is the only dish that looked somewhat achievable. I'm going to put a can of sweetened condensed milk in here, add a splash of vanilla. After I've mixed this, I'm gonna ribbon in some honey. I'm sure the honey they use is straight from the bees in the backyard, but we got Costco. Ooh, okay, and just for effect, I'm just gonna do a little drizzle. Look at this, this looks so good and it tastes amazing. I cannot wait.
Is that ice cream?
Yeah, it's no churn ice cream.
It tastes like soft serve.
So I get it all assembled, I sprinkle on the dried flowers, serve it up.
What do you give it out of 10?
10. Honeycomb really adds flavor.
So amazing.
She's mad about the edible flowers.
The one thing that was just not it and not a suitable substitution was the dried flowers. They added a terrible texture. They were hard, they were like crunchy. It was just not good. But I think that's something I can fix.
Takeaway for the dinner is I'm going to hydrate these. These being dried, it's just like kind of like straw. That homemade ice cream is honestly incredible. It's probably my favorite thing that I've made so far. So me with my brilliant timing, by the time I decided to bake it, it was almost 1 in the morning. Anyone who bakes sourdough will know that this is a very sticky dough. This is overproofed. I'm really hoping I can salvage it.
I finally baked the bread and I decided I'm going to serve this for breakfast the next morning.
Wow.
I could see the ribbons of yellow corn running through it, and that was what I was going for. I really wanted a visually different sourdough on top of the taste. It was all cooled and ready for the next morning, and Jackson, who is such a little chef himself, and he absolutely loves to cook, had the brilliant idea of making butter.
He's doing it. Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh. So he took some heavy cream, churned his own butter, and I taught him how to wash it. You get all the moisture out of it and you squeeze it, and he got it into this little pretty dish of just this gorgeous homemade butter. Does it taste different to you?
It kind of tastes normal.
It's a little drier. I'm kind of obsessed with it. It's actually really good.
I'll give it an 8.
This bread is divine. Making it this way with the incorporation of the corn, it added a crispier crust, and the inside was just this pillowy, delicious combination of flavors. If you want to try to learn something hard, let it be this.
I'm so excited for today's Michelin dish. It is a truffle rice from Azabu Kadowaki, which is a Japanese restaurant. It looks incredible. Rice is one of my favorite foods, one of the kids' favorite foods. So I'm very excited to try this very elevated rice.
I was able to find this recipe online as well. This rice has the most ingredients I've ever used for rice. It's got dashi, sake, it's got like all sorts of just special ingredients that luckily I found at the Asian market. The tough part is going to be finding truffles that aren't $100.
Truffles are very expensive. Like I said, I'm on mom budget. So I found these truffles. We'll see how these are. These preserved whole truffles. They are not fresh. I ordered these online and this was $20 for 1.76 ounces. Let's see how many grams one truffle is. Oh, one truffle is 10 grams. I mean, if this dish is really expensive, I'm gonna have to look up the price. Makes sense, because 50 grams is a lot of truffle.
I don't have a truffle shaver, but that's okay. I'm just gonna slice them very thinly. Everything is coming together.
Truffle slices. Look at that. I've never held this many truffle slices in my hand in my life.
How hard could it be? It's just rice. And then I take off the lid.
It's mushy. Did I buy the wrong kind of rice? I don't know if this is how it's supposed to be. Flavor's amazing. That really scared me for a minute. At least it's edible. Put in the truffles. Oh, Okay.
I have never been so humbled in my life than making this rice. But that's okay, right? Put the truffles on it. Then it'll taste delicious. No one will even notice.
Whoa, it's like sticky. Mmm, that's good.
I want to try some.
You can taste the truffle.
It's sweeter.
Is it too intense?
No.
No, not too much.
Do you want to try the rice? You like it? What would you give it out of 10?
9.
Oh, good.
A 9.
10.
9, 10. Oh my gosh, Leni. Oh, these truffles are not good.
How?
They're kind of crumbly. This dish in particular is probably worth going to the Michelin restaurant.
My family was so sweet. They kept saying, no, Mom, it's good. But honestly, I decided I'm scrapping this dish. Don't buy truffles online. That's what I'll tell you.
I'm quite literally sitting here just procrastinating this next dish that I have to make. Oh, it's so much harder than I thought it was gonna be.
So my original plan for day 6 was to make a rockfish gelée with prawns and caviar that is from Louis XIV in France. This is a dish that I chose because it seemed interesting, and then when I looked up how to make it, it seems almost impossible. I don't know what a gelée is because when I Googled it, all that came up was fish bait. And where the heck am I gonna get caviar? This was a dish that truly had to be broken down into several components of figuring out what it even is and figuring out how I'm going to afford it. The closest thing I have found to a rockfish gelée is an aspic. An aspic is a really old school dish. It's like a fish gelatin with whole fish in it. But I'm thinking if I can make an aspic and just strain it really well, maybe that will be a gelée. This truly is a one-of-a-kind dish. I'm running all over town trying to find a whole rockfish. I find an Asian market with a whole seafood section in the back. I'm telling you, if you want to find any seafood on earth, you go to an Asian market with a seafood section. They took the head off for me. They prepared it exactly how I wanted it. There's my fish. Oh, this is to cut off the gills. Wait, is this the gill? Okay. This is good, actually. Because there's no actual fish in it, we're getting the essence of the fish. And how do we get the essence of the fish? We boil it. I got the fan going on this because it's not gonna smell pretty. Ugh. So I boil this rockfish with some other seasonings and flavors. I'm really just flying by the seat of my pants here. I don't know what I'm doing.
We have our reduced fish stock.
I bloomed some saffron. I was only using one fish and I needed a little bit of help to get this to solidify. So I bought a little bit of plain gelatin. I mixed it with the hot broth and I added it back into the mixture. This shrimp is being served with a very flavorful jelly and caviar. There's a lot of salt going on. So I just wanted to do a simple like lemon butter shrimp. The goal of this is to get as close to the original dish, but I have to take some liberties if I don't know what is usually done. Costco never fails. Oh my gosh, I found a big jar of caviar, actual caviar at Costco for $50. $50 caviar for 2 days. That's actually a pretty good deal. I took it upon myself to add some crackers to the side of this.
Full transparency, the shrimp sat for a while because this is why.
As I'm plating it, Matt was with the kids out front, they were all playing, and Henry tripped and smacked his head on the sidewalk. My boys are always just throwing themselves into stuff and they're so physical about everything. So he came in with a pretty bad one. He was okay.
It's amazing. It's so creamy.
What do you think, Wyatt?
Jackson and Wyatt were so excited to try this. This is just like all the fun flavors, all the cool stuff that you imagine when you think of like a fancy Michelin meal. So much so to the point that when Henry went to try his caviar, Wyatt is hovering next to him like, if you don't want it, I'll eat it.
He's been through a lot tonight. Let him have his caviar.
Henry goes straight for the caviar. He is so funny. If he knows something is nice or expensive, he will eat it.
You love shrimp. You like it?
Yeah.
Leni was the wild card of this meal. She absolutely loved the shrimp. She had seconds.
I'm so surprised that this one is the first one that's a little different that Leni thoroughly enjoys.
What's today?
It's very rich.
It was absolutely delicious. And this really was what I needed to go into the dinner party with confidence.
Our neighbors are coming over to dine at our Michelin Star restaurant, so the pressure is high.
I had to decide what order I'm going to serve these dishes in. So I planned the menu. Jackson absolutely blew me away this week. He went and created an actual printed out menu to put on the place settings, which was such a cool touch. Having already tried all these dishes, I knew what I could prep ahead. I'm prepping this a little bit out of order. I get the steak on the smoker, but I'm going to serve the sourdough and the prawn gelée caviar dish first.
Now let's get the shrimp going.
Seafood is a little more delicate, so I wanted that shrimp out immediately.
Chez Hannah, this is a 0.5 Michelin Star restaurant. We're gonna be doing a tasting menu today. So our first course, I'm kind of bringing these out together because they seem like they might go well together. We have a polenta sourdough, and we have a jumbo prawn with rockfish gelée and caviar, and it is really good on top of the bread. Oh, and a hand-churned salted butter.
I'm hearing good things, yummy sounds coming from the dining room, so I'm feeling pretty good.
How was it? Oh, big thumb. That's a big thumb.
I get the century egg all plated and ready, and this was the one I was pretty nervous about the other guests enjoying. But it's made, it's getting out there, you better eat it, okay? Just eat the food.
Our next course is from a 3-star Michelin restaurant, I believe.
This is a century egg. This was the dish of the night. Everyone kept talking about it the rest of the night. And it just made me so happy to see people change their minds on a dish that maybe they didn't think they were gonna wanna eat.
Oh my gosh, this is a little tough.
I run into the same issue as before of timing the potatoes and the steak properly. My potatoes are not even close to being finished, and my steak is already cooked and it's been sitting. It is what it is.
From Gwen, we have smoked filet mignon and citrus, tikka masala, yogurt, carrots. And then we have crispy duck fat roasted potatoes. Eat them!
How is it, guys? How are we feeling about it?
This is fantastic. Thank you.
Nothing makes me happier than seeing people eat and be happy about it.
Amazing.
Good.
Lenny's going in a food coma.
How are you guys doing so far?
I think you're onto something.
And really, all of this could collapse around me if I mess up the souffle. I go to make the souffle just in case I'm gonna try not only a different recipe, I bought ramekins. I'll keep using these. They're great for so many different things. I don't know why I didn't have them to begin with, honestly. I'm like, I'm not gonna overcook this, I'm taking it out. As I'm starting to take them off the pan, I realize these are not done. I throw them back in the oven and I'm just pooping myself, man, at this point. Finish it off strong, the honey with 1,000 flowers. I decided to hydrate the flowers. The honeycomb and the ice cream and the flowers. I soaked them in boiling water, almost like a tea. Perfect solution. Not quite the same as a fresh edible flower, but so much better than a dry one.
I'm actually freaking out over this.
Look at that, these are perfect. I'm so glad it worked out. Being able to give my kids that experience of trying fine dining for a decent budget and being able to host my lovely neighbors and treat them to that meal was so worth it.
I'm off the clock. I'm clocked out. I think it went really well.
Would I recommend doing this for a whole week? No, but if one night you want to spice things up a little, try something fun. Honestly, even just dressing up for dinner and having something like fancy at your regular dinner table is something that kids will remember for the rest of their lives. And that's everything. That's all for today. I'm Hannah, and let me know how you think I did. Also, let me know if you want to see this again. You can always message me on Instagram. I do check my messages. Now, if you'll please excuse me, I'm actually gonna get in the car to drive to get some ice cream and French fries to reward myself with my kind of treat. Till next time.